Hello, you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dare say. Today I'm joined by Jerry from Ireland. How are you doing, Jerry?
All right, Russ, how's things?
I'm all right. Let me just give a quick shout out to the other channel. Our sister channel is Poker's International. And things are going all right on there. And there was something else I wanted to talk about. I'll give Smido a shout out as well. Racing Now, is it? YouTube. He's a good friend of mine, Smido. How you doing, Jerry? You all right?
I'm okay, Russ. Just glad to be finished work for the day. What about you?
Yeah, I've just finished. Just finished. I've had a long day. 2 seconds. Come here. Cat running right over there. I've had Chris here doing tiling, and that's more or less done now. Well, there's only one place where we need to start, and I need to crack this open first, Guinness. I have to have 2 a day, don't have to keep the doctor at bay. It goes all over the one, doesn't it, Guinness? Look at that.
Say that again, mate.
It goes all over the place when you open a can, doesn't it? It always seems to fizz up, doesn't it? No.
And then it stinks as well if you spill it anywhere.
He doesn't work hard all day, so I'm entitled to 2 of these.
Why not?
Right, first of all, did you see that video I did with Mark? Some 2 videos.
I haven't watched them yet, mate.
Oh, Max. Dennis has re-nicknamed Hercules, hasn't he? 2 seconds. When I had Max on, I had Chris here, I know today, but I had Max on, and do you know Nick Manners is? He fought Joe Calzaghe. He's got a book out, Nick Manners, and let me see if I can find it here. He fought Joe Calzaghe. He's from Leeds. He's a trainer. He's got a gym, and he's a good pal of mine. And where's that message? Hang on a minute. Where's that message about Max? He sent me a message. Nick, send me that message again. I forgot which one it is, and because I'm live on channel now, I don't want to play wrong message. Could you send me that message for that you sent Max? Cheers, and I'll play it now. All right. I had Chris today. You know, I don't know if you watched the video. You haven't. Max had his first training session. He wanted to meet Chris Smedley. Obviously, he would have Dennis as head trainer at the time. I said, "Yeah, I can sort that for you, Max." He said, "I want to train at King's Boxing Gym, Retford Road, Sheffield. That's where it's at." I says, "Okay, Max." So Max were at the time looking for a trainer, and they were putting his son up in hotels and that, treating it as like a camp. Training camps, and they were going to the gym and doing his sessions, going back to his hotel, eating healthy, all that. Anyway, apparently, so first session he did at Chris's gym. I had him on channel last night. I said, "You went back, stayed at Chris's house and ordered a fucking pizza, Max, didn't you?" And he went, No, we're Chinese. Well, it was a pizza. Hang on, let me find it here now. Let me find it here. I've got it on here somewhere. Here we are. Max, you are rinsed. Listen to this.
Pizza. Fucking hell. It's at a table and that pizza, man.
There you go, Chris, man, a few words. Max, you had a pizza. Pepperoni. Pop, pop, bang. Making out you had healthy option, which is Chinese. It's not really that healthy, is it?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. But Nick will send me that other one through in a minute. What do you think about that Turkey Al Sheikh and all the rest of them saying they were going to be 15 quid? This show on Saturday, it's 20 quid, isn't it? They can't lie straight in bed, can they? None of them. Yeah.
Well, I heard I first read that he was interested in taking the prices down about 2 weeks ago, and I thought he's got the right idea. If he does that, I can see people who don't pay contemplating paying for the entire card, and it would be a good thing if the prices did come down. But saying you're going to reduce the price to £15 and then it remains at £20,
they're not going to do it.
It's just a disgrace. It's just a disgrace, mate.
Well, they're all filling the boots, Jerry, out there, aren't they? A lot of them, especially the managers and the promoters. And it's Pimp My Ride, isn't it? That's what I'm calling it. Pimp My Ride. That's the title for this video. But well, if they're going to say it's going to be 15 quid, do it at 15 quid. Do you know what I mean? Don't talk about it. There's talkers and there's cheese and onion walkers. Do you know what I mean? It just drives me crazy, mate. Absolute crazy. None of them can lie straight in bed, even turkey I'll shake. So I don't know what to make of it. I ain't bothered really. I'll just pay the score, and it's better than 25 or 30, isn't it? Like they've been charging us in recent times, and put £3 booking fee in it on some of them. So 20 quid ain't bad. There'll be a booking fee on that, I guess, but I don't know about that, so don't pull me on it. Before I know where we are, I'll have about 30 emails explaining you got that wrong. But, so how are you? Are you all right? You all right?
I'm all right, yeah. Just obviously get a bit stressed out with work and stuff. So whenever I can see the weekend coming, I'm grateful. That's all I'll say. I'm off on holiday next week as well.
Were you going, Joe? Anywhere nice?
Yeah, I'm copying you. Well, to be honest with you, I had it booked before, but I'm going to Portugal.
Whereabouts?
About 40 minutes away from Albufeira.
Well, I don't really know area, mate, but Caravera is it? I stay. Listen, mate, it's dear. I know that it's dear.
Right down the bottom.
It's listen, mate. Pardon?
It's right down the bottom where we're going. You know, the Algarve.
You know, I dropped to Clanger because I went in August. I went something like that.
Yeah, I think it was
August, and I've dropped to Clanger at the wrong time of year to go there if you want to go and get a bargain. I was like, wow, but I'm not much of a travelling person. I'm not into all that going abroad and that. But yeah, I recommend that Portugal. It's a nice place. It's a bit better than Spain, I think, but it depends whereabouts you go, doesn't it? When I stayed in Algorfa, I've been over there a few times. Stayed at Gary's, and I thought that was fantastic up there. It was quite like a quiet area of Spain, but I like it to be a bit vibrant. I like it a bit. You know what I mean? You're not going over there just to sunbathe, eh? You want to get out your brains, don't you? And all that, like. And if you're not waking up on a beach covered in spew, it's no good to me. I know that sounds bad, doesn't it? But hey ho, each to their own, isn't it, Jerry?
Well, if you go this time of year, it's because it's off peak. It's a bit cheaper and it's less. You know, there's less tourists about, so
not as hot, Jerry.
It's not. It's still hot, but it's not as hot. So we did last year for just a couple of days, and we thought this is pretty good. So we're going for a week this time.
You see, the thing with going on holiday is you don't do any training, and you come back. I'm one of them. I go on holiday, you come back, you put about 10, 12 pounds on. You back to. I always feel like I'm behind ball again, because I'm right into like staying in shape and all that at the moment. It's a bit like a drug, isn't it? But obviously you're going to go out there and eat what you want, drink what you want, do what you want, and fucking be merry, aren't you? I suppose.
Well, my fiance started a personal trainer at the start of the year, and she asked me about a week ago. She said, "There's a gym in this hotel, isn't there?" And I goes, "Yeah, there is. It's a really good gym." So I have a feeling I could be dragged to the gym when we're out there. But I don't mind, as long as it's not too busy. Like, I don't mind. Like,
well, let me give you some advice, Jerry. When do you fly?
Next Thursday.
Right. Get that TASH lobbed off, because you're not Magnum. Magnum's some 80s, Jerry. Lob it. I've not seen one that bad since I've seen Tommy Smith playing centre half for Liverpool in late 70s, mate. I swear to God, honestly, that's some muzzy, that, innit? You need to be living in Kirby with a muzzy like that and a big old Terry Mac perm. That's what you need, mate. Does that sound harsh?
I don't know, mate. There's quite a few people with moustaches these days. Like,
oh, I had mine. Cool. Have I got one? And I'm everybody. Don't say everybody's got them. I've not got one. Jerry, I'm only pulling. I've got a T-shirt that's going to top you in part 2, because I'm just going to whip this off and turn into Super Pork.
Super Pork?
Super Pork, kid. Pop, pop, bang. Right.
Brilliant.
I want to talk about. We're going to do a three-parter tonight because people are saying they're too long. These 40-minute ones. Well, the proof is in the pudding. People are watching like 91, 92% all the way to end. But I'm going to give you your 3 20-minute ones, or you complainers, just to prove a point. Right, Anthony Yard. Right, has he got a contract? We bricked up or anti, but everybody seems to be tiptoeing around the issue, don't they, at the moment? And this is what I think. Before you speak, I'm going to say this. I think he has got to deal with Bricktop, but I think what's going to happen is he's going to fight with Boxer, and there's something going on behind the scenes. I could be wrong, but I think he's just going to give them a slice of cake, his cake, just to keep them sweet and just to stay active and earning a few quid, because it's a shame for that lad, because he's had, and I heard him and Bricktop were really close mates at one point. It's a shame for that kid because he had members of his family died, didn't he? Quite a few of them in COVID, weren't there? And the kids front wrong tracks and that. And I don't want to see him, Anthony Yard, go down wrong tracks because of all this legal stuff and that. His head must be in bits. And he's also got to factor in that even though we give him a bit of stick, old lion bars on the windowsill, or lions in the camp, whatever you want to call him, Tunde Ajayi, dream it, believe it, become it. They are pretty close mates, aren't they? And usually at training's closest guy to Boxer, isn't it? So I think we have to throw them a bone and say, look, Yard's in a difficult position. He's got Bricktop at one side. I mean, man, ranting and raving, screaming and shouting about contracts. Look, if you don't want to have problems with contracts with Bricktop, don't sign one with him. So he's had problems with Bricktop. He'll have Tunde in his ear. He's got that Adrian Mole, Ben Shalom in his ear saying, come to Sky and all this and that. He wanted to get to Saudi. Everybody wants the Saudi lottery, don't they? By hook or crook, They all want that Saudi lottery. If you want to do it by winning belts, winning fights, taking tough fights, like certain boxers, or if you want to pad a record out to 15-0, fighting every single fighter, we're losing records. Or you want to do it like some fighters, they just want to set up YouTube channels and talk utter rubbish about what they've done in the past. Everybody wants to get on the Saudi Express. Do we agree with that, Jerry?
Of course.
God has, for less than a handful of very hard fights, 50-50s to start with, and been done in them. The rest of it is pony, what he's had, absolute pony. But we don't want to see him parked up because he's still a talent and he's had trauma in his life, hasn't he? You know, he's been in trouble and this and that, and he's had deaths in his family. So I want to see him do well. And I also want to see him with his trainer because he showed a bit of loyalty with that kid, Tunde, even though he's not my cup of tea. What do you think, Jerry?
Well, regarding the Boxer deal or whatever, I really didn't know what to think until you came off with what you just said, which sounds very plausible. But basically, I was just thinking, has he come to some sort of agreement with Frank Warren, and maybe they've come like with some amicable arrangement, and possibly money's going to be handed over in order for Anthony Yard to go off his own route. But
yeah,
you know, it could be like you're saying though, that he is actually still linked with Warren, but Frank's letting him out like a lease almost.
Yeah,
and he's getting on that show then. But regarding career, I mean, yeah, he's made a couple of decisions that haven't really benefited him in the last couple of years. I don't know. I think maybe this was all kind of bubbling under the surface a bit because he was asked about fighting Boazzi about a year ago, and he was very hesitant. And that just made me think, does he know something we don't know? At the time, I was thinking, oh, he's going to play hardball just to maximize the cash. But I think there may be a situation kind of been brewing in the background regarding him and Frank Warren before it all basically came out in the open. So let's hope he does find his feet again and gets out there, because time's ticking by. He's 33 now, so you know he should be in the mix with some of those guys, like, you know what I mean? And if he can get himself back up into high profile fights, then fingers crossed.
Yeah, I like him. He doesn't shout his mouth off, does he? He's talking in ring. I like Anthony Yard. But we talk about, I don't call people scumbags like Chris Eubank in boxing. I don't call them dogs or anything. I just call them rats. And most of the people in the boxing industry or promoters are rats, but they control the sport. So they have to be given respect. Now, your Hearns and your Warrens and that, they've been doing it since 1980 and 1986/87. They've been in this game donkeys, absolutely donkeys, and they've seen every move that there is to see. Now, for a while, a long while, Robin Reed thought he was free of Bricktop. And at the weigh-in for Carl Froch fight, I were there. He was served papers. Oh, what can this be? Served papers, Robin Reed. Bottom line is this: Robin Reed had to give a slice of his cake to Bricktop, or they were going to pull the plug. They were going to pull the plug. That's what the promoter on the night, Mick Hennessy, told Robin's team. So it is what it is. And Robin at the time were buying a Range Rover, and he were like, "Wow, God, I'm not going to be buying it now." Or he still got it, but they had to work something out. The point I want to make is this: these people are like, they're like bloodsuckers, aren't they? But it's a business. The fighters are stupid enough to sign deals. Robin thought his deal was done. Read the small print or take these people on in court, because that's what they are. I wish they'd come and take me on, because I know what I'd say to them. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't leave it like a lot of people leave it. I'd just say my bit and come and take everything off me, because you ain't getting note. But it is what it is, isn't it? And Anthony Yard, he just wants to earn, doesn't he? And you've got to understand that Bricktop's been at it years doing this. And you can see why Eubank come out and said what he said, can't you? Yard will crumble. Bricktop will get his slice of cake. Like you just said, he's going to hire him out now. Here you go. You go fight on that show. You go fight on that show. You go fight on that show. And give me a slice of cake. That's what happened. It's no different to Tyson Fury having to give a slice of his cake to MTK, is it? You get in bed with these people. It's no good crying afterwards. Eubank were crying about Carlos Sauerland, wasn't it? Sauerlands have been doing it donkey's years, as long as Bricktop's lot. I've been doing it. They were doing it when John McGarvey were at it. John McGarvey, do you remember him, who fought Marvin Hagler and gave him nightmares? They had John McGarvey, Sauerlands. Look, these people are steeped in it. Sauerlands, Earns, and Warrens. Leechers, like Dracula. Suck all your blood out, and then when there's no left, throw you away like rubbish. That's what Dennis Hobson's dad used to say to me. They throw them away, Russ, like rubbish, when they're no good to you. And that's what happens. Soon, Eubank Jr., he'll be no good to anybody soon, won't he? That's why he's sucking up to that turkey, isn't he? Have you seen him running around in full tea towel outfit? And well, I don't know what it's called. It looks like some big old blanket, doesn't it? White blanket. When they're doing things like that, you can see that they are brassers. But what can you do? It's the nature of the beast, isn't it? You know, it's the nature. Have we spoke about the pay-per-view yet on this show?
Just about the price, saying it's going to be one thing, and then obviously it's not.
Listen, mate. They'll say one thing and they'll do another. But what can we do, Jerry? What can we do? I just want to get your opinion on Eubank's opponent before we go to part two. What do you think? Have you heard of him?
Okay, so I was looking him up earlier, and obviously his record's not full of names that you recognise.
Not what?
His record's not full of names that you would recognise on the opponent's resume.
No.
But I thought, put it like this, I was expecting somebody with a worse record, if I'm perfectly honest. So you know, what's that guy? The guy who's been beat by Golovkin, and who else was he done in by? Can't remember the other guy. But I was optimistic that maybe he'd be competitive at least, because you know I don't like seeing somebody just pushover fight and then they're just battered for a couple of rounds, pillar to post. So I actually would like to think it might be competitive, but on paper. Sorry, the other name was Munguia. And he retired to Golovkin and Munguia. So yeah, the guy's not the best, but I can't even remember last time Eubank Jr. fought. Was it last year?
Yeah.
So
did he fight this year? Did he fight this year, early on this year, against Beefy Smith?
Let me just have a look. No, Liam Smith, it says.
When?
Last year. Last year.
What month?
September.
Well, it's not a year then, is it? Is it a year?
Yeah, it's just over a year.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's 30. He hasn't fought for 13 months.
That's what it says here in BoxRec, yeah.
He's in news every fucking day. Well, when was the fight before that?
The first Smith fight, which was January last year.
Right. So when did he fight Billy Joe? That was about 10 years ago, wasn't it? Have a look at that.
All right, so Billy Joe
Saunders.
2014.
Right, and how many fights has he had since? What month was that? May?
No, that was November, mate. So
May or November, yeah, 6 month gaps in the rate. So November 14, so he's 10 years out. It's 10 years since then. How many fights has he had since Billy Joe? About 12 or something.
17.
Is that including this one this week?
No.
So he's had 16 in 10 years. Wow, what a messer!
I know.
An absolute messer. He's just here to roast us and create controversy and headlines. So he's had all that PR in 13 months. Him with that Conor Benton. Yeah. He doesn't know, has he? You know what? Yeah, so
unbelievable, mate.
This guy's fighting. He's done know, has he, Jerry? Let me just play this from Nick Manners.
No.
Are you ready? Let me just play this, Jerry, from Nick Manners. Max,
go ahead.
A message from Nick Manners.
Hello, Max. I'm hearing that you've had another win and that you're still boxing well. I don't know how they're finding them wins for you and that, but you know what? You keep going because it doesn't matter. Whoever's in the opposite corner, you've got to beat them. Tell you what, 22 stone's no good to you, but if you want to be the biggest heavyweight in history, you keep going. Listen, just enjoy yourself, all right, Max? And you know what? Let me tell you something now. I've got to give you credit. You love boxing. It's a painful sport, but you're doing it. So enjoy it. And to a degree, we're all proud of you.
There you go, Max. We're all proud of you. I know you're the butt of a lot of people's jokes, Max. When you come, Max usually comes to see me, like when I'm in a pub or I'm out with my pals or something. He usually turns up, about 10:30. Has a Coke, half an hour, disappears. He always turns up in a nice 40, 50 grand car or something. Has a pint of cola and goes. He doesn't want to get involved in any of that. When I get up to and all like that. And he's all right. And he's likable. I can understand why Dennis has him around him, because I think he can be easily manipulated and stuff like that. Or Max, can you do this for me? Max, can you do that for me? He's a bit soft, a bit like a big cuddly teddy bear and that. But we've got to give him a little bit of respect, really, because he's chased his dream, and he's had 4 fights as a pro, right?
Absolutely.
How many trainers I've got him involved with? Chris Smedley, Julian McGowan, Nick Manners. That's 3 for starters. And I think he'd been training with Harry Matthews and other people in the past. Look, he's had a go, hasn't he? He's followed his dreams. He's not going to win a British title, is he? He's not even going to win a Masters title, which is like lowest one that they're doing it. He's lower than an area belt, a Masters title. But we've got to give him a little bit of respect. He's a big, powerful kid, right? But he's not going to be Mike Tyson, is he? But he's not bothered about that. He's doing what he wants to do, isn't he? So fair play to Max. I gave him a bit of stick on here, but deep down he knows I've got a lot of time for him. So Max, well done. we tried to not put him off boxing, but we got him sparring at Nick Manager, and Nick put him in with this 17-year-old kid called Torrance, who he's a no bouter.
I've seen that video.
Yeah. Well, I actually cut some of it out because Julian said, "Can you take some out?" Max was a bit. Well, he got tonked, right, by a 7, but the guy, well, like, he looked like Mac. I said, "Oh, that's who he's sparring, Mark." I was like, "Oh no." He looked like Mike Tyson, this Torrance from Leeds. Honestly, 13 stone, 17-year-old, shirt off and lot. I thought, here we go. Max is not a coward. He ain't a coward. He went to that in somewhere near York. There were 400 travellers baying for his blood in this cage. He bounced in on his own. And obviously we know what happened. It didn't last long, did it? The cage fight. But listen, you've got to give him credit. He's 3-1 as a pro, and he's getting on planes and forking out dough to do it, isn't he? He's got to be given credit. I've given him a stick on that pass. Mainly, Jerry, over his weight and that, because he's not giving himself the best opportunity, is he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Nick's took him under his wing and that. And Max has picked up things. He picked up more with probably Julian McGowan than he has with the trainers and that. But if you're 22 stone, Jerry, you're not giving yourself best opportunity, are you, to do well, are you? And that's my only gripe.
No, not really.
There's you know what, wasted talent's the most annoying thing ever. I have my own demons. I'm not saying I could have gone on brilliant. I played pool as a kid and cricket, but we go down other avenues, don't we, in life? And Max, I wanted to have best opportunity. This is why I get frustrated with David Allen, because he's a lovely kid, David Allen.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna not get up in the morning and do your runs and skip gym sessions, you're wasting everybody's time, aren't you? And eventually, Andy Bridges with Dennis, Peter Fury, I could go on forever. Do you know what I mean, kind of thing? And
yeah,
I just wish I could shake him, like Max. Sometimes I wish I could shake him, like when I remember once we were driving in Edlington in Doncaster up Tate Avenue, and he went, "Oh, have you got any biscuits at your house, Porky?" And I went, "Yeah, we'll be in 2 minutes." He goes, "Oh, because I goes, biscuits? You're supposed to be in camp." He goes, "Oh, my blood sugar levels are low." So you know what? I'm pretty ruthless. I said, "Max, why don't you just say that you're a greedy cunt and you want to get some biscuits with your cuppa?" Do you know what I mean? Them things where you're doing things like that, it's wrong, isn't it? If you want to be an athlete, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look in the green book. What does it say? If you're a professional boxer with a border control license, you have to keep yourself in shape all year round. But they don't, do they, kids? They don't. And that's the problem. There's loads of kids that will fall by wayside, but, because they've got ability, but they're not dedicated enough. But, look at somebody like Froch and Clinton Woods. They're not Mayweathers, are they? But they make up in other areas, don't they? So Max, he's no amateur level, no amateur experience, so he's way behind everybody else. So he's got to be super, 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 super fit just to hang with the low level guys, hasn't he? And he's just been in with a low level guy, and he managed to hang on and get the points win, didn't he? Even though he had the guy down and that. So that's why I lose my head with him at times. And I've said on here, Max, you're not coming on here till you're 18 stone. I've tried to bully him, didn't I? Do you know what I mean? But he'll go do his own thing, Max. Do you know what I mean? But he's a lovely kid. He lost his dad and that at a young age, so he's had to find his way, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? And maybe Dennis mentoring him and stuff like that might help him. But I know Dennis won't be happy with him at 22 stone. You're not getting on a Dennis show that big. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel for Max, but he's doing his best, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He can take all advice. I've given him loads of advice, but hey, listen, I'm not an expert. When somebody like Nick Manners gives you advice, you should take it, shouldn't you? Do you know?
Of
course. But anyway, listen, that's enough about Max, you blob. Sort yourself out. But go on, I'll see you on part 2, Jerry.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Please join us on part 2. I'm gonna crack my second can of Guinness open, I think, and I might even get the old T-shirt out that I've got underneath. All right, so Max, I'm only having a joke with you. You know, he's a nice kid, Max. Max, you're welcome down here any time. Pop, bang. Porky's International is our other channel. And we're flying high. Barbara the Blade will be back next week, so get ready. She don't mess about. Big Sheffield United fan.